that all my dreams come true now because I go after my dreams. I'm not afraid of them. See, because being afraid is why people don't try harder. Being afraid is why people don't try to make their dreams come true. Because they're afraid. Hey guys, have respect. For me, please. You know what? When I was in class, I didn't listen either. I was a class clown. Everything was a joke, because I was smart. The truth is, if I could be in your seat right now, I'd be listening so careful to everything that teacher told me, because I would want to be something instead of a drug addict. But if you chose to be a drug addict, I'm telling you that there's a way you don't have to be a drug addict. Don't do drugs. It's as simple as that. And if you see something going on with somebody dealing drugs, if you're allowing that to happen, then you should call somebody and tell them that that's going on, and you don't like it. You see, drug dealers are nothing but punks. And drug dealers are drug dealers because they like to do drugs. And drug dealers, see, drug dealers take advantage of girls who are on drugs, right? They don't have money. They can trade off, and that's what happens. And I'm going to tell you how many young girls I see turn to prostitution because of drugs. And guys losing everything. See, did anybody ever see a maximum security prison? I have. I see it. It's fun in there, right? Isn't it fun? That's where I met my father. I met my father in a maximum security prison.
Oh, wow.
I was 8 years old, and my mother said, hey, we're going to see your father. And I said, wow, we get to see my father, that's great. And we went to this prison upstate New York, it was maximum security. And I just wanted to know why I couldn't hug my father. And then my father got out of prison. When my father got out of prison, I thought we were going to be a family. I was so excited. My father's going to be a father and a mother and a brother and a sister and me. And my father came out of prison and he started drinking and doing drugs again. And guess what happened? He got murdered. He was shot and killed when I was 10 years old. My father was murdered because he was doing things that people do when they want to get more drugs. His choice was kidnapping people and holding them for ransom. So he didn't change.
How was that funny?
So if you do drugs, jails, institutions, and death are what you pick. If you want to be something, then you got to be the best at what you choose. You know what I'm saying? If you don't choose something that you can be the best in, you sell yourself short. But everybody's afraid to be something. How many people watch American Idol, the X Factor, and all those shows, and wish that was them on there, right? Who wishes it was them on that show? Come on. Who knows? I know there's people that wish they were that person singing on that show. But most people who can sing, we sing in the mirror, in the bathroom, because we're so afraid to let everybody hear our voice. So when somebody told me, sing like no one's listening, and dance like nobody's watching. But it's a lot easier to dance and sing when you're drinking or smoke a little weed. You can dance and sing real good, right? But that's because it takes the fear away. The key to your whole life is doing the thing that you fear the most, because then you have no fear of it. Being afraid of success. What are you afraid of? You're in a country you can be the president of if you want to be. If you really want to be the president, you can be the president. Listen, if you want to be a sanitation man, you can be a sanitation man. You want to be a policeman, you can be a policeman. You want to be something better, you want to dance, dance. You want to sing, sing. Do what you want to do. You want to be an actor or an actress. Do it. But be the best at it. Learn everything you need to learn about it. See, because when I wanted to be on TV, I wanted people to come to my house and get me out of my bedroom and say, we want you on our show. That's not how it works. See, you have to go on auditions, and you have to practice, and you have to learn lines, you have to memorize things. If you write music, if you write poetry, why aren't you doing it? Because drugs will steal that from you. Alcohol and drugs. See, alcohol is legal. Somebody said to me, well, how come alcohol is legal? And the truth is, it's your choice. If you want to be drunk, and wake up in somebody's house that you don't know, be in a blackout, I'm gonna explain to you about alcohol. 2.5 million people. 2.5 million people last year died just from alcohol-related deaths. That includes car accidents. And I'm going to tell you a good story about a guy who was an alcoholic and a drug addict. I went to this prison and I spoke in this prison to 65 maximum security prisoners. 65 of the toughest guys, the biggest guys, the most animalistic guys you've ever seen. Tattoos on their neck, inside their ears, everything. They were big. All they had to do was lift all day long. They were built. I spoke to them, and one guy came up to me and they said, "What are you in for?" And he said, "Well, I went home one day after being drunk. I went home, I was drinking and doing drugs, and my wife answered the door. And the next thing I knew, I woke up in a prison cell. And when he woke up in the prison cell, he saw a police officer, and he said, 'Hey, officer, what happened? Did you get me on a DWI?' And the officer said to him, 'You're going to wish it was a DWI when they're done with you.' So he went before the judge, and what the judge charged him with was murder. Because what happened was, when he went home, his wife told him, 'I'm sick and tired of you doing drugs and drinking. The kids are sick and tired of it. Go upstairs and get your stuff.' He went upstairs and got a gun, and he shot his wife 6 times in the head, and woke up in a prison cell, and didn't even know that he killed his wife. He didn't even know he put 6 bullets in the wife's head. He cried on my shoulder, telling me how much he loved her. How much he loved her, and how much his 3 children now are without a mother and father. All because alcohol and drugs. So imagine how he wakes up every day. You think that could be you? I don't think that he went to high school and thought that was going to be his life. I don't think he was sitting in your seat saying, 'Can't wait to murder my wife and do life in prison.' And have 3 kids that have no father or mother. But if that's what you want, then you can follow that path, because that's where drugs and alcohol will lead you. Does anybody here know anybody who's addicted to drugs? Raise your hand. Everybody knows somebody who's addicted to drugs, don't they? We all know somebody who has a drug problem and an alcohol problem. What do we do about it? Because everybody tells you, shh, don't say nothing, right? Don't tell anybody. Because it's embarrassing, it's a shameful thing. It's not a shameful thing. See, I'm here to tell you that drugs and alcohol ruined my life for years. That's why I come here to tell you that if you get caught on it, it's going to ruin your life for years or kill you. I'm just lucky enough that it didn't kill me, but I did have many incidents with guns to my head. I woke up in intensive care with the back of my head split open. See? It was fun. I woke up after a car accident. They told me they don't know how I lived through the car accident. I don't even remember the accident. But now that I'm clean and sober, and I see what it does to people, I come back here and tell you that if you start on that road, there's a way off that road. If you had cancer, you'd be in the best cancer hospital in the country. Sloan Kettering, you'd be in Manhattan getting chemotherapy, you'd be getting all the cancer treatments that you have, the best ones. But when somebody's addicted to alcohol or drugs, they go, shh, it's not that bad. He can stop on his own. Has anybody heard anybody say, I can stop on my own? I don't need help? Have they stopped? But do you understand? That's what the disease does. The disease tells you you can stop on your own. The disease wants to fool you. It lies to you and manipulates you. It makes everybody, it lies to everybody it touches. If you know somebody's on drugs, do you know about lies? Have all you've heard is lies. All they can do is lie. But the truth is that I have a phone number that's called 855-JOE-BRAT. 855-JOE-BRAT, it's a free call, and it's to me. And I started that phone because that's what people can call if they know somebody with an alcohol or drug problem and they need to talk about it. You can call me. And I give that number out to everybody because I want everybody to be able to have a place to call and say, I know somebody who has a problem, what can I do? What can I do? How can I help them? Because helping them is not watching them drink themselves or do drugs to death, because death is coming. Did you ever see a mother that loses her son? You know, ever see a mother that her kid died, son or daughter died? I see one every day. She cries from the minute she wakes up in the morning till the minute she goes to bed. She cries every day. She wishes she could just do something for him. Her son, she bought him for his 20th birthday a tombstone. A tombstone. So, everybody I'm talking about, you fear, right? Does everybody know about fear? Fear. All right, so let me ask you a question. Does everybody, who sings in the mirror? Who sings in the mirror?
What?
Sing in the mirror? what happens when you sing in the mirror? After you sing in the mirror, you sing pretty good, right? It's like, whoa, I'm the best, right? What do you sing? What do you sing?
Beyonce.
You sing Beyonce? So let me ask you a question. Can you sing for me? Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Gabby. Let's have a round of applause for Gabby. Everybody, this is Gabby singing Beyonce.
Remember those walls I built on baby dance tumbling down. They didn't even put up a fight. They didn't even make a sound. I found a way to let you in, but I never really had a doubt. Standing in the light of yellow, I got my angel now. 'Cause like a little weekend, every moon I had you breaking. It's the risk that I'm taking. And I ain't never gonna shut you out. Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. And baby, I can feel your halo. I pray it won't fade away.
Did anybody want to sing like that? You will? She was so nervous, but she still did it. She did go around the applause. Alright, so I want to explain to you about what that is. Hold it, listen. I want you to get the point to that. Gabby, you never met me, right? You don't even know I exist before today. And I asked you to come up here and sing. You took the microphone, and no matter how nervous you were, you still sang. That's the key to life. That's the key to everything. Some things it's good to be afraid of and not do, like drugs and alcohol. But being afraid to do something that you're gifted with. Think of the gifts that you have, that you could give. And I'm going to tell you that I'm going to talk over everybody who's talking while I'm talking, because those people are missing this message. I don't want you to miss my message. My message is, you want your life to be nothing, that's fine with me. But I'm here to give you a message that hope, you can be anything you want to be. It's all up to you. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. You are right. So if you think you can do something, you want to play professional baseball, football, something, whatever you want to be. You want to do computers, you're the best at computers, then be the best at it. Don't let anybody tell you you can't get your dream. So I want you to know that when I got out of the hospital, for my health, with my problem, I said, they said, what do you want to do now? And I said, I want to be on television. I want to be on television. And you know what they said? How are you going to be on television? You can't be on television. So if I listened to them, do you think I would have been on television? I don't think so. How are you going to be on television? And I said, I don't know, but I got to go find out. And I went on auditions. I was on one episode of The Sopranos. I was in the movie Hitch. I was in HBO. I was on HBO. They did this series on addiction. I did all the commercials, and I was on billboards across the country, my picture. You know what it said under my picture? It said, why can't he just stop? I wasn't embarrassed or ashamed of that, because I didn't know why I couldn't stop doing drugs until I found out why I did them in the first place. I did them in the first place because I was afraid of everything. I was afraid of being successful. I was afraid of failing. I was afraid of being on stage, but I did it. I was afraid to go on auditions. I went on auditions. I was a private investigator in New York City for 8 years. Now I became a private investigator. Not that I was a police officer. You know how I became a private investigator? There was a reality show called Help Wanted. It said, do you ever want to be a private eye? Well, come and do this TV show, and if you win, you can become a private eye. And you know what? I auditioned for that show, and I won the job. And I became a private eye. And then the best. After that TV show, after they did that show, the office that I worked for, the private investigator office, became a television series. So then I had a television series I was watching myself on every week. And I'm not telling you this to make you say, I don't want applause. I don't want applause. I just want you to hear that when I put my mind to something, I can be anything I want to be, and so can you. Now, the one question I have is, I want to know, Gabby, she came up here and she sang her heart out, but I need a guy who can sing. I want to see a guy come up here right now and sing. All right, so you're all too scared, right? If you're not scared, come up here and sing, then come up and sing. Everybody give Donald a round of applause. Donald is going to try. Oh, God. Thinking about something to sing. All right, so I'm going to call boys. Now you see Donald up here? Donald came up here, and I'm going to tell you, even though he says he wasn't scared, he's scared right now. But he's going to sing. He's going to sing right now. Everybody, give Donald a round of applause.
Wait, is he going to sing or rap? Come on, let's hear it down. Let's go. We got it here. Okay. Come on. So, you understand that no matter how nervous they are, they're showing their talent. Why are you trying? Okay. Do you sing? Hold it. Unless somebody walks forward and says, I want to sing, I can't pull teeth. I want to sing.
So the truth is, if you don't sing, you're the one that suffers from it, not me. Because I want the world to see my talent. What talent do you want? All right. What do you want to say?
Anything.
Ready?
You want to hear me sing? Hold it down. Here it comes. Here it comes. Hold it down. You said rap? Oh, so you think I can't rap, right? Alright, so you're right, I can't rap. I'm not supposed to rap. Okay, I'm gonna sing just a little bit. Alright, ready? She says love for me could never die. But that will change if she ever finds out about you and I. Thank you, Don. Thank you. Can you get down there connected? So, the truth is that I couldn't do that when I was living in theater. I couldn't sing in front of a group because I was afraid what you were going to think of me. Now I don't care what you think of me. I'm still going to sing. I sang in the shower. I sang in the bedroom mirror. When it came out, I was like, I ain't singing nothing. Believe in yourself. I'm here to teach you how to believe in yourself. Drugs don't make you better. Drugs steal your dream. Drugs will steal you. If you need help, you call 855-JOE-BRAT. I promise you, you'll talk to me. If you need to talk to somebody, you call me. If you want to be somebody, be somebody. I want you to come to me. Someday, I want you to come to me. And really, the truth is, if you want to see me on TV, Google Joe Brat on Don't Forget the Lyrics. If you Google that, you can see the show that I sang and won $200,000. If you Google it, you'll see a couple other TV shows that I've done. And the truth is, they want to do another TV show about me now. So that's a gift I get in recovery. Not when I'm in druggery, in recovery. Recovery is the hospital that you go to when you're on drugs. Anybody know about meetings that go on? NA meetings and AA meetings and GA meetings, and there's support everywhere, hospitals. Does everybody know that people are dying? Listen, I want you to hear this. If you hear my voice, if you've heard me speak to you today, you don't ever have to let drugs take your life. You don't ever have to know what it feels like to be addicted to them. If you listen to my voice, if you follow your dream, whatever you dream, I would like to follow it with you. So you let me know. If you Google me, or you want to talk to me, you go online, you write in, I need to talk to you, Joe Brat. I want to be an actor. I want to be a singer. I want to be a mother. I want to be a father. Those are things you have to learn how to be. Because we never learned that. Learning that. The more school you get, the smarter you get. Stay in school. Stay in school. Is there anybody here who wants to drop out of school? Anybody who drops out of school is crazy. What is it? Listen, GED is not the same as graduating with your class, with all the peers, with all the people you find that are supportive of you. Who plays football here? Who plays baseball? Enjoy your